right, guys. Good afternoon. I got to get a cough drop here. All right, guys. So sorry. I am getting over being sick. I'm not contagious, but unfortunately, flying back from Atlanta, I busted an eardrum and had bronchial infection, sinus infection, all the things. So I was out for 2 days. And so I needed cough drops to be able to survive this today. So Charlie and I did a little switcheroo. He's going to come in next week and he has some killer stats for you guys and Gary's speech from addressing everything. We also have some major fun announcements for next week, so we'll get through those. So yeah, we're just super excited to get going. All right, so for those of you guys that are new, we like to say this together and I could use all the help I can get. To build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. And of course, God, family, then business, and our Y4C2Ts. All right, bucket fills. What bucket fills do you guys have for anybody? Again, it's been a couple weeks since we've seen everybody, so maybe somebody helped you. I know a lot of people were out at family reunion. So if they opened a door for you, hosted an open house, did something sweet for you, this is your chance to say thank you to them. Quiet. Yes, Taylor.
Thank you to Kathleen and Shanice for helping me when I was having struggles last night with SIP forms and I had 911 emergency.
There was a lot of those.
Everybody was like right there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
They were rock stars, and a huge thanks to the 972 crew as well. Andrew and several of the team were helping counter offers get put in, offers getting written, zip forms is back up, so we're good and operating. The brokers were doing amazing, helping field all that. So, when crisis happens, we pivot, and that's the beautiful thing. But we have an amazing network to lean on. All right, any other bucket fills? Alex, go ahead.
My usual thank you to Jordan for being available while I was at family reunion to cover a showing, and then also to the leadership for providing a nice party happy hour at the family reunion. That was cool, along with everything else you guys did over there. That was awesome.
Yeah, and Gustavo and the team, thank you guys too for everything that you guys did and hosting as well. Appreciate it. That was awesome. All right, any other bucket fills? Yeah, Ashley.
Jordan as well. Thank you for covering a couple of my open.
He's that way.
Thank you. Maria's for talking some sense into me about
He's over there.
my seller's price.
Oh, anytime.
Guys, and for those of you that are newer or maybe don't conversate with everybody around the offices, I know a lot of you tend to like flock in on Tuesdays, but maybe aren't here on the daily. That is the one thing I can truly say that this office does really, really, really well. If you need help, if you have something to talk about, if you have questions or collaboration, or you're just unsure, every single person in this office will help you. They are willing to open up their door. If their door is shut, feel free to, knock, unless they have a sign up that says, hey, they're doing their one thing, they're making their calls. Please respect that. But they're out in the hallways and you hear JLo, college dooring it up because she's online. So I'm giving her crap. If she's out in the hallway, anybody in here will help you out if you guys have questions or need to collaborate. So that's the beautiful thing about it, is you're a part of a huge family at this point. All right, any more bucket fills before we keep going? All right. So some office updates. We want to welcome Kristen Monica. So congratulations and welcome. And congratulations to Brandon on graduating PC. He's officially in our homegrown cappers group. So we're excited to have him. He's been sneaking in the last couple of weeks anyways, because we knew he was graduating. So we're super stoked for that. And he's killing it. So we're excited. And A+ Mortgage, Mr. John Warren is going to come on up for a second.
John. Take your time.
You guys see me on the phone walking past, well, I'm gonna come up here, so.
Shy from you being on the phone.
That's good. In case anybody doesn't know me, I'm one of the in-office lenders here. My name is John Warren with A+. Can we go to the next slide right away? I'm gonna keep it short for this week. Couple things. what we're seeing in the market is condos, your buyers have full control. I mean, I'm seeing any one of my buyers writing on a condo, they typically get it. So if you have anyone in that market, we're seeing less competition, etc. When there is competition, it seems to be semi-fierce, given the circumstances. Let's say if it's a TOSA listing or just a coveted area. Some of the ways you can help differentiate your buyers right now, in particular, is work with your lender to get appraisal waivers or appraisal value waivers. You can get them as little as 3% down. So what does that mean for you? It means whatever lender you're working with, you either got to provide them the education because some people won't run these, etc., but they need to know the max offer price and then the down payment. And then they can run that for that customer. And if they get the appraisal waiver for you, that could be the competitive advantage you need for your 3% down buyer. Because let's face it, when we're writing over list, the biggest concern is that we're going to underappraise and then that price is going to come right back down. So you're not going to get them every time, but it's something to definitely talk to your buyers about, with your lender about. It only does apply to conventional loans. There is no appraisal waivers for FHA or VA loans. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. For VA FHA, we are seeing an uptick in those applications. I was talking to Tony this morning and he said, we're seeing some distressed properties and sometimes we get FHA VA offers, and as agents, we're concerned, right? Because we hear things about how FHA or VA could be a really scary loan because you might have to do repairs or appraisal issues. In my experience, and I'm sure Gustavo can attest to this as well, we normally don't see devastating results. Like as far as value goes, I've, in all my experience, have never seen a difference of an FHA, VA, or conventional loan appraising for less value because of the product type. The appraisers are doing one job, and that's valuating the property. The concerns about the repairs that come from VA, FHA are normally small. They're normally handrails, carbon monoxide detectors. If you see anything blatantly obvious, it's probably going to get flagged on any loan product. And I think that's the misnotion people have, like FHA and VA flag everything. They don't. A lot of times unconventional, if you have a basement that looks like it's about to collapse, that appraiser is going to flag it. I don't care what loan product you're using. So it's very important for you as agents to, when you're walking through a property, to pay attention to the things that might come up. That way, to write a competitive offer, you can educate your buyers of, hey, we may have these repairs. Would you be willing to pay for those repairs? And you can alleviate that to make your offer more competitive. So that's all I wanted to touch on today. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you. All right, guys, if you haven't seen, thank you to Jeremy for finishing our bell and getting it hung. All right, so we have the bell stationed downstairs. If you have a win, you have a closing, we want you to ring the bell. We're going to try to start capturing little pieces of footage, and then we'll launch them out every other week, every week, and just do a fun little thing on Insta, TikTok, all the places. Make it fun. For those of you that were at family reunion, one of the big things, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but was you need to try to get on some more platforms, more socials, 7 forms of social media. So if you notice, Willis is pushing out a lot of content from all of the offices. If you follow the MKE pages, there's a lot of stuff going out. So we're just trying to be more intentional, and we really want to celebrate you guys, and we wanted the bell for a while. So yeah, go ring the bell. It doesn't play any music, but thank you, Jeremy, for creating our bell, and we got it all hung. So anytime you guys have a win, I know Briar got to do it last week. That's okay. You guys had a big move in the middle of it. Yeah, no, it's all good. All right, so training and education, if you want to come on up and speak real quick.
Everyone, for those of you who do not know me, I work with John, if he's gone again. That's okay. I work with John at A Plus Mortgage, but over the past 5 years, I also realized that I need to scratch my creative itch. So with some encouragement from Dana and a couple other people around the office, I have launched a new business to support you guys. Tony, I showed you a couple of pieces earlier. And I've got some actual physical pieces if you guys want to see afterwards, but I'm doing hand sketched artwork of your closing properties. So if you want a personal touch, something that, and nothing against cutting boards, I've gotten a few from my team here, but if you want something more personal, we are doing sketches not only for your buyers, but something that the Krickeberg team also mentioned for their sellers. Just a great piece to remember a home that maybe was family owned for decades or generations. It can go both ways. So I'm just trying to create more of a personal touch for you guys. And what it says is true. We've already done some market research. You will get more positive reviews, more word of mouth marketing. And then it just opens the door for you guys to ask for those repeat and referral clients over and over again because they remember you guys. So that's what I'm trying to do with the talents that God gave me is to give them on to you guys. And I think I've got maybe one
Yep.
more slide.
Let's see. There we go.
I had if you guys want to try to scan that
His
photo on
QR
the
code.
left, it's a neighborhood QR. I think it should link to my online order form. And if it doesn't, I can give you another link. But something else that we can kind of work together to create creative marketing for you guys as well. There will be more in the future, but I'm also expanding to do a Positively Home seniors care service as well. So providing care for people that are making their final transition from their family home into a community. Sometimes can be really tough, but we're working with local vendors to make that transition a little smoother too. So if you guys have any questions, you can come and find me in the corner with A+ right by the Smith team. But please come on by and let's chat. So
I just have one quick question. So
Yeah.
some of the things like the ornaments or frames, are those things that you can actually create for
Yes.
us versus? Okay.
Yep. I actually just got a shipment. I think it was yesterday. So I've got frames, black, white. I can do gold, silver, birch, and mahogany frames for anything. But a lot of people love the ornament idea. I can do a 3x3 or a 3x5 sketch and then frame it and put a hanger on it for Christmas trees or anything else.
Great.
Yes.
Will you have examples of like the frames themselves or?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
just curious.
yeah, I'll bring those in
Yeah,
as well.
the office, that'd be cool to see.
Yes, sir.
Would you have any opportunities for like putting personal branding?
Sure.
too? Like,
Yeah. And that's
Right, because
something-
what happens when your personal brand is on it anywhere?
Right.
It's no longer a client gift, it's marketing and it's a write-off. If you
So
don't
I'm
know
not a
that.
tax professional, but I was also thinking, no matter which option you choose, and you can see some of the pricing there, I can do it in $25 installments as well. So if you would like to work with your tax professional and see if you can write off more of it that way, we can try that.
If their marketing logo is on it, it's
And it's
100% write-off.
100%, yeah.
Yep.
So we can definitely do that. Right now, it's just getting started. So about 3 business days. As we get busier, I'll let you know if it's going to be longer.
It's a really cool keepsake for sure. And if you guys didn't see his artwork downstairs on the whiteboard that's outside the office, they had colored and drawn a house on it. That's kind of what started all of this
Yeah.
endeavor. Yeah. And we had a lot of questions, people coming up to us going, who did that? Who did that? Where did it come from? Yeah, there were some more hands.
Yeah, we had a housewarming party last year and somebody brought us one of these. It wasn't frankly one that you did, but
Sure.
it's a big concept and it's cool, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's something that we probably display and like, you know, lots of.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've personally bought and sold 7 homes that we've lived in, and to think like if we had an ornament to show just the transition of all the homes, like our tiny little one, and as we changed, that would have been cool too to know that we would have had that in an ornament specifically. So I like that idea.
I think so. I've got nights and weekends right now that are kind of open.
You don't have a lot of kids.
Right, yeah, between the kids, the dogs, the chickens.
Chickens
It's fun.
Don't forget.
and the
And the turtle. Thank
That's
you
so
guys.
funny.
You'll never forget that turtle. I know.
And you truly sit there and sketch out each one.
Yeah, I've got the 2 that I did last night. They're actually mind right closings. I snuck in and got the addresses from Alex.
Wow.
So I get two of these. This is a 7x9. This is about 8x10. But I can do any size basically. And takes about 2 hours. But like I said, if I'm getting busier, then about 3-day turnaround. So.
Those are amazing. All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and guys, if you have a hidden talent like that and you need us to know about it, let us know because we're happy to share it because all of you beautiful people would love to utilize that for your clients. So I think that's really awesome. All right, all things family reunion. I know we have quite a few of you that were in here from family reunion. We are compiling all of the notes. They're working on putting it in a drive for those of you that did not get to present with us and come with us. So we're going to kind of mastermind for a few minutes and then we'll jump into some more stuff. But for those of you that got to go, Mark, what was your favorite speaker?
I don't know about favorite speaker,
Okay.
but my two takeaways that I really like, open house. I was in the panel, there were 3 people on there and the 2 people at the end were with really big teams. They said that their agents still go to the office every day. They have an open house and they hold the house open all day. So they get up in the morning and from 9 until whenever, 6 or whatever, they're in the open house and they're just doing their normal business at somebody else's house for the entire day. Like if it's an open house, might as well have it open the whole day. I thought that was pretty.
That is impressive, especially if it's a vacant property. That's something to think about, you know, or if you have availability where a family's out of town. Yeah.
And then the second thing was, there was a team that was like number 3 in volume in Keller Williams. And they did seller seminars at the public library in their towns.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's at a public library, it has to go on the public schedule. And
Free advertising.
They do like 450 million in volume a year. But I think they do 1 or 2 seminars a month for seller seminars. Kind of like the whole idea of, hey, we want to sell our house. What's the first thing we do? That's
right.
Kind of like their tagline. So
I love that.
Really good. So we're going to institute that as well.
Heck yeah. Gustavo.
Based on what Mark said, by the way, panel right here, his panel was great. That's when I attended, one of the things that I attended. Anyways, what was key that I got was one of the agents said, hey, I'm gonna do my open house during the middle of the week.
Mm-hmm. Twilight, yep.
Like, wow, because why? A, the kind of client that is looking for can take off for the week. And number 2, hey, this client was looking for higher price homes. So these people are flying in, relocating, and like, hey, I'm only here for 2 days. Oh, well, there's an open house, so you have no competition. And that to me was like, wow. So little things like that, knowing your demographics, knowing your market.
Yeah.
Very critical.
It's huge. Anybody else that want to touch base on something, maybe Alex, something that a takeaway that you loved or a speaker that you loved?
I mean, Gary Vee, he dropped a lot of F-bombs.
He did. He dropped a lot of knowledge too.
Yeah, and it was worth it. Like it kept you focused, it kept you entertained at the same time. But he had a lot of good insights on AI and how it's relevant, but we can't use it to replace us.
We can't. Another speaker was Giselle. If you guys can Google, like if you look on YouTube, you can look up all of these. A lot of these got recorded. You can see a lot of the snippets from Family Reunion if you're having FOMO. But Giselle, one of my favorite things that she posted is that when people go on and they comment on your Facebook page, or you have family members that like to say to you, oh gosh, you're only posting real estate, you're killing us, like all we see is your feed. Great, just say respectfully, you're not my audience, right? And that was one of my favorite phrases that she posted. It was huge and it had a big impact, is that you don't have to be for everyone. Your team could be a lot, your individuality could be a lot, but at the end of the day, you're going after a specific market that caters to you and that you're catering to. And I thought that was so powerful to be able to just say, respectfully, you're not my audience. Because you have a lot of keyboard warriors out there that like to comment about things, or even, like I said, family members that just want to give you an opinion at a social gathering, about, oh, you're doing too much, or, not enough. And the thing is, be you, be authentic, and just remind them constantly over and over using the same phrase, respectfully, you're not my audience. So I thought that was really huge. For those of you that don't know, I take really, really detailed notes. And so I have screenshots. So we'll put all of these in a Google Drive for you guys. But to touch on Alex's point, Gary Vee talked about being on 7 forms of like social media. P and H is what he calls it. It's platforms and handles. That is the big thing. So he didn't start out with just one handle. He started out with multiple handles. So he wasn't just Gary Vee. He was Gary Vee this, Gary Vee marketing, and he put himself out there with many different handles for social media and started utilizing those in multiple places. And then they talked about having hashtags using the same 10 or 15 over and over again. Keywords. You want a minimum of 20 to 30 keywords on your landing pages and your KW websites. Guys, our websites just recently launched a ton of new updates. And if you need help beefing them up, I've actually worked with agents the last 2 days. That's what we've been working on, our splash pages, landing pages, custom pages. So beefing up your websites, you have a lot of availability inside your website. Answers.kw.com should be all of your best friends right now. Because if you go to that website, it'll give you video tutorial, step-by-step processes and how to encompass the new landing pages, how to beef it up. You can have vendors on your landing pages. So if you guys are working with a group of vendors, start collecting some moolah from them and have them helping promote you. Make them a preferred vendor in all your spots. Okay, so there's a lot of really cool stuff, but we will put all of that out there for you guys so that you have that content. Couple more, let's see. Taylor, what was your favorite thing at family reunion? Yeah.
But I loved Giselle, by the way.
Yep.
She's a vibe. She's great. I love that Gary Vee's like stop crying and just do what you know you gotta do. Like,
Yeah.
quit complaining about it. You know you gotta do it, just enjoy it. Anyways, I thought it was really big to just like, I guess my biggest takeaway was from Giselle, like just be comfortable being yourself. And I love how you're like, respectfully, you're not my audience. I always say I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's because I'm probably more like a shot latte. So that's fine. I'm cool either way. That was a huge. I just have to like roll on to that. That was huge for me because my word of the year last year was authenticity. Like just really being comfortable in my own skin. So it resonated super deeply with me. And
I love that.
Really big on not having a victim mindset. So like that whole quit crying about it.
Yep.
Like that was like, yeah.
Yeah, and if you could get past all the F-bombs that were being dropped and the donations that were being made, truthfully, like, I mean, I think we're used to it here in the Midwest for sure. And I know we are specifically in this room because Charlie likes to start several of our meetings like that. No, but honestly, his big thing is that stop complaining. Here's the thing. I have agents that'll come to me and they'll say, well, so-and-so is doing this. How come they're getting that? Or I have agents that send me blank emails, anonymous Facebook messages. I get mail in here with no return address, and it's circling mistakes you guys made, dropping a logo, forgetting to put your brokerage, maybe giving advice on something that you're not supposed to. And if you don't know this about me, every single time my response to those people is the same. And it's probably not the best, but it is the same. If you spent the amount of time that you just took to send me this piece of mail, this anonymous message, or anything else and put it into your own damn business, then I promise you would do 100 times better than you would coming after one of the agents in this office. And so truthfully, that's what it is. If you're busy watching everybody else, you're not doing what you need to do. Right? So if you guys, that's what it came down to. That's what he was saying. Stop complaining, go out there and do the work that it takes to do the job that you decided you wanted to be in. Do what you love, right? And don't worry about anybody else. The other side of it is he says he spends 51% of his week on marketing. That was a huge number to me. That number stuck out really big because that's a big part of your week that you think about it. And truly, you guys aren't just realtors. You are marketing. You're marketing your brand. You're marketing your logo. You're marketing to your clients. You're proving them that you're worthy of taking on the deal. So that was a big part of it. So we'll post all these notes out there in the videos for you guys. It was definitely one of the better ones I feel like that we've been to in a long time. So I'm excited for August for Mega Camp coming up. And so Houston is next year's family reunion, and I'm a little bit excited about that, y'all, because Hey, I just moved here from there. You're a little over a year ago, but Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is going on the exact same time as Family Reunion. And that is a vibe in itself. So if you're going to Family Reunion, you're coming to the rodeo with me because we have seats 7 rows back from where the Cowboys and Bull Riders ride out in our family, and that is my favorite part of the year. Yeah, and it goes on for 24 days, and it's kind of like Summerfest, but it's a whole different beast. So keep in mind if you're going next year, it is in Houston and it is during Livestock Show and Rodeo, and they're not too far from each other. So it'll be a dual effort. Mega Camp is coming up in San Antonio in August, and they will be budding up Mega Leadership back up to it again, and the Mastermind. So we're excited for that as well. Calendar is beefing up. One of the feedbacks that we've gotten to, or a lot of the feedback we've gotten, is we want more masterminds, more high-level classes for agents that are producing. So you will start to see a lot of that joining in on the calendar. For those of you that have asked about homegrown cappers, it is still growing. We had 12 today. We have more coming. We're growing it out and changing up the curriculum. So if you are out of productivity coaching and you're interested in joining homegrown cappers, I highly recommend that you come join us. Any questions on the calendar before we move on? All right. Safe, heard, informed, the growth-driven operations. So that was yesterday, actually, 3-2. But the MREA got launched for this. So if you guys, they have MREA 2 podcast coming out. We're excited about it. The MREA book, the level 2 one, is being written. But this was the podcast that was aired yesterday. So if you guys didn't get a chance to listen to it, you can scan the QR code or you can go to your podcast and download it. It's amazing. And then KW Luxury Training Call happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. Remember, you don't already have to be in luxury to attend these. You can attend these without being in luxury. And to qualify for luxury, it's 4 transactions over 700,000 in a 24-month period. And congrats to Steph Sosa because she just earned luxury. Super excited for her. Yep. So once transmittals get pushed in, we'll get that fixated. All right. Workshop, tech powered in agent. So Thursdays, 11 a.m. on Google Meet. Make sure that you guys are plugging into this if you're interested. And that's also at Innovation. And then some more coaching classes available coming up to you guys. So coming up, we've got a field trip on 3/9, fine tune your CMA on 3/16. Do you know where the field trip is, Dawn?
No, so we're gonna have a couple locations. So anybody who was at the field trip last time, we're gonna have 2 or 3 different locations throughout
Okay.
the area, so they'll be able to choose. But yeah, this week we're gonna talk about competitive offers, so what's winning right now and how to set your buyers up for success. So PC agents,
Awesome.
we. Yeah, I think I need to fix.
All right. Opportunity Knocks. That is happening this Monday. It has snuck up really fast. So hopefully all of the team rainmakers are prepared. And for agents that are not on teams, this is your availability to go basically like speed dating. So we set it up. It's at the Zufari. It's going to be tables. You'll walk around and you're finding out which each team has to offer and if it would be a good fit for you if you're interested in joining a team. What I highly recommend you do is you bring a friend or a buddy from another brokerage and have them come with you because not only could they potentially join a team, they could join the brokerage, you get a downline and profit share. So that's a huge opportunity. And there's always like, drinks and different hors d'oeuvres type things set up. So we're excited for this, but it's a big event. And for those of you guys that haven't been, just go check it out. See what the agents have to offer. Maybe one day you're interested in opening a team, but these teams have worked really, really hard to create a collaborative work environment to grow their team. And so all the teams at the bottom and vendors, we have lots of vendors that are going to be there as well. So if you're not interested in a team, but you just want to learn what Gustavo, John, HSA, Focus, all the vendors have to offer and what you could start doing to offer more services to your clients, it is kind of like a vendor fair as well. So we have vendors and teams that'll be there. So come by, register. So they know you're coming, scan the QR code. There's been tons of emails out on it, but it is this Monday at the Zufari from 3 to 5. All right. You want to come up and talk for a second, Mr.? Yeah. We're super excited about this, guys. I don't know if you know, but next Tuesday is National Mario Day.
I sent Daniel one email. I said, like, I always want to use the big TV to play Mario Kart. She said, well, it's turned into an event. So
We did.
So
We got pizza, hot dogs, sponsors.
so we're gonna use both TVs up here immediately following the team meeting, next week to just play some video games for a little bit.
Yeah.
If anybody thinks they can beat me, we can put some money on the line or whatever.
Shots fired.
But yeah, it's, you know,
Just something fun to let loose. So we do have
you're
some
not
other.
gonna learn anything, guarantee it.
And sometimes that's what exactly you learn is that you need to go back to your childhood years and to unwind a little bit and not be so serious all the time. So yeah, and then get content during it that you let loose and have fun.
Absolutely. I just put out a podcast like a week ago about agent that I know in Washington who like he goes to a tabletop game, but local game store, like on a weekly basis, and he's gotten like 6 or 7 deals in the last year just from people he met at the game store. So it's just a testament to taking your interests and your hobbies and making that your lead gen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, something fun and different to bring into the office. So we were just excited to bring it up. All right, Lunch and Learn on March 11th at 11 a.m. at the Innovation Office. You guys should have gotten a calendar invite for this as well, but the home insurance issues that can derail your closing. Gramel and Associates will be hosting that next week. Again, that is at the Innovation Office on the 11th. And then the Listing Edge, turning warranties into leverage. That is also next week at 11 a.m. So have that on Zoom. Jenny's going to be helping out with that, and Tracy Brewer. So we'll get all these posted up. Pictures with the Easter Bunny. Guys, make sure you guys are signing up. There's been a link that's been pushed out, I believe, right, Shania? Yep. Okay. So we want to make sure we can account for how many agents are coming and how many people are coming. Keep in mind the cost is on the Market Center and the amazing vendors that we have. There's going to be like cookies and drinks and little snacks. Pictures with the Easter Bunny. Thank you again to Ross that dresses up of our amazing Easter Bunny each year. We have a backdrop. We make it fun. They walk away with a picture, digital and printed. They have a good time, little craft and Easter egg hunt. There is no expense to you except we need filled Easter eggs, plaster eggs, and please bring them pre-filled. We don't want to try to have to fill them all ourselves. Shania, myself, and Mia would love it very dearly if you pre-filled your eggs. It doesn't matter what you fill them with as far as candy goes, because we're going to do it indoors like we did last year. That way we don't have to rely on whether we're getting snow, rain, hot, whatever, and we can keep little kids away from the streets. Jeremy would appreciate that. Yeah. But any questions on the Easter Bunny? Yes, Nicole.
I have a comment.
Yeah.
I just got done buying a ton of eggs for my event. Dollar store is 30 eggs for $1.50. You know,
Yeah. So is this the dyeable ones or the fillable ones? Oh, okay, yeah. Yep. You can buy them pre-filled too if you want. Costco sells them, Amazon sells them. A lot of the stores are selling them now pre-filled. But yeah, get creative. We just ask that obviously if you know you have clients coming, please be here. That is kind of the point. We want you to have a presence with your clients. We're not going to know who your clients are. So a lot of times last year we had a huge turnout. I don't think poor Ross got a break at all last year. I mean, it was pretty steady from start to finish. And so, but there were a lot of people coming up to us asking, hey, is this agent here? Is this agent here? And they weren't here and they didn't know their clients were coming. So like, it didn't really benefit them if you're not in front of your client. You know, that's kind of the point. We put on these events so that you guys have a chance to host it as your event. You don't need to host it as us. It needs to be hosted as you. Take all the credit for it, right? But push it out like it's your events. We want you guys to utilize that and bring your nieces, nephews, kids, grandkids, all the things. Make it fun. Show up and engage. We'll make sure that we have social media content, but we try to put on several events a year. We have the trunk or treat. We have the camo waste. We have the pie day. The Easter Bunny event, we did get a Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus booked for this year, and they're going to have Mrs. Claus read to the kids, and Mr. Claus will take pictures, Santa will, and there's going to be cookies and milk. We'll do a picture event as well, so that's something we already have booked and on the dates. So you guys make sure you utilize all of these events. Okay. Yeah. All right. Besides Alex talking a lot of smack about this, June 25th, 10:30 a.m. I don't think we're doing same teams. I think there's been a lot of a lot of smack talking about that. We'll have to figure out a way to run teams. Maybe we'll do it old school style, like back at recess, where you got a team captain for each team, and then every other person gets to pick. Yeah, we might have to do something like that to make it more fair. There's that. But if we get enough people to sign up, maybe we'll go out there and do it old school recess, and every other person will figure it out. But make sure that it's fair. Unless you guys truly just want a rematch.
Yes, very much.
All right, tech and marketing updates, compliance updates, Miss Lisa.
Right. Okay, yeah, a couple things. So the first thing is in regards to excluded listings. So some updates. Charlie had a conversation with the new CEO of Metro MLS, and he was seeking some clarity around excluded listing and advertising, because as we know, we're not supposed to advertise excluded listings. We tell you that all the time. Right.
Except there's a loophole.
Okay, so apparently, yeah, I guess, and Charlie, where this is coming from is Charlie was wondering about Compass Realty has some landing pages for excluded listings, and he was wondering how can they do that? So he did have a conversation with MLS, and here is the bullet points of what you can do as far as MLS is concerned right now. So for excluded listings, you can share in written one-to-one communications. You can individually text or email people, no mass email. You can share the address in a one-to-one communication. You can share your excluded listing in a private Facebook page.
Does everyone know what private versus public means on those pages? Just to make sure everyone's good. Okay.
Okay.
So like
Sure about that.
our group, yes, we're sure about this. Charlie's gotten clarification, but a group page that is private, it won't have a share button. So anything, we've had agents send us stuff before and they're like, hey, I can't share this, make this shareable. We can't in a private group.
Right.
That means it is just for our group.
Right.
But if there's a share button and the page is public, that is not a place you can post this.
So how is that different from, I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, right? We had a page specifically for listings.
Yep.
Private.
Yep.
Excluded, like, well, it wasn't supposed to be for excluded, but it was for like new listings and things like that. And we were told you cannot put any, like MLS put the kibosh on it. They were like, you cannot put excludeds on there. And so it just kind of fizzled out altogether. But I
Yep.
guess, how is this then different from what
There's-
we were doing there?
There's a
Because it was
new,
a private page, was it
Right.
not?
New law about.
it's a new CEO at MLS.
Yeah, the difference.
So who comes in?
Oh, okay, so it's him, not, okay.
So it's Chris Lambro is the new CEO of Metro MLS, and Charlie talked to him.
Okay.
So we are just regurgitating what Chris Lambro told Charlie.
And we have it in writing from him.
Yep.
Okay, great.
So
Yeah.
you can share pictures.
For double the here.
Yep. Yeah, take a picture if you want to.
Yeah. Please take a picture so you
Yep.
guys can remember the rules of engagement here.
But please take note of the last bullet point, everyone. The agent and firm is still held responsible if it is passed downstream in any way. So
How could that possibly be enforceable?
So, because remember, people like to take screenshots of stuff, right? So, like, if somebody in here was like, let's say it's your listing, all right? And Tanner knows that it's in this private group, but he's got a client that he really wants to send this to, and he's busy, and he's like, I don't feel like, getting all the details and sending it over. And he screenshots what you originally posted in our private group, and he sends that to his client. We have now leaked that information that wasn't supposed to be
But it
leaked.
says one-on-one is acceptable.
It is, but an address or separate pictures, not a screenshot of what you posted in a private group. Does that make sense? So like he could text his client the address. He could text his client, some pictures, but he can't take a screenshot of what you put in a private group. I know.
I know. So we're trying to operate like this. It's squishy.
Yeah.
Like that's, and I hate squishy things.
That sounds like a cover your ass statement.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
Yes,
You
yes.
guys are responsible. Yeah, okay. I'm responsible if someone takes a screenshot of something and sends it to people. All right. Okay.
Well, right, so just
They
the,
have to say it.
They have to say
Yeah.
it, yep.
So-
And I acknowledge that and will, yes, 100%.
Yep. so just be careful,
That's actually genius.
what was that?
She said put in, like, how you have a watermark on a picture?
Yeah,
Say for your eyes only on the picture.
there you go.
But you can't be helped.
Oh, okay, there
This
you
is
go.
huge progress though. 'cause
It is progress.
I just had it excluded and I felt dirty when I text Jeff Nevin the address.
Yeah. Jeremy wanted me to back alley? Like,
He's-
hand me some
he has-
pictures of it?
Jeremy has a trench coat full of data sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Specs.
Like, that's
Yeah.
really nice, because it sucked to have to call everybody before and give them the address verbally.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to describe the house. type.
yep, yeah. It's
Just
blue.
remember
Yeah.
one-on-one text messages, no MailChimp.
So please use this information, use it wisely, use it responsibly. Don't make me mad. All right.
Or else.
Yeah, and then some clarification, a lot of people have been asking questions about, what happens when you have an LLC, or a trust, how are people supposed to sign their documents? Well, this is how, so, for LLC, the member or the manager is the person who should sign. And, you can see the example there, they need to have their name and then managing member or member of whatever their LLC is. So it's a bear to put, on the, underneath the line for the titles and so forth,
Can
and
we increase the number of letters you can put in, it's like in zip forms, it like cuts you off.
I know,
Even sometimes when people just really long first and last names, it's
Yeah.
like, sorry.
what I usually do for those is I'll drop a text box on in DocuSign,
And then copy and paste.
and
it.
I'll type into the text box, because it doesn't really fit very well otherwise. And then for a trust, the party signing is trustee, so John Smith, trustee of the John Smith Revocable Trust. So yeah, it's a lot of words, it doesn't fit well. You might have to do little text boxes and different things than you would do if you just have John Smith signing. But that is the proper way to handle LLCs and trusts. And please remember, if you have an LLC buying with cash, FinCEN.
Yep.
All right, and then MLS gave us a lovely surprise of a new delay form, which they didn't tell us about. Oh, yes, yes.
Not just LLCs, it's trusts or LLCs.
Oh, for FinCEN. Yep. Anybody who's signing like this,
Right.
in fact, best practice is
Must be
to
Also like POA,
POA.
Power of
Yeah,
attorney.
yeah.
trust, and anyone signing on behalf of an entity, essentially.
Yeah, I would do the Lynn POA. How are you seeing that sign?
POAs.
There's two different
Well,
topics.
Yeah.
FinCEN
Yeah.
Yeah.
requirement.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Yeah, no, for FinCEN, LLCs, trust, no financing involved, cash.
Got it.
Cash transactions. And it is best practice to have everyone, have your clients sign the FinCEN disclosure. Especially with a listing, you don't know who's buying it yet. So you might as well just have them sign the disclosure. It's not, obligating them to anything. It's making them aware of something that could happen. So we are going to start requiring that in the opportunity files. So just start getting it signed. Delayed form. MLS made a new delayed form in the fall, and started squawking at people who didn't use it. And now they've made a new form as of January and didn't tell us. We just, discovered it recently. So please, if you're doing a delayed listing, look at the date on the top right, make sure it is the January 2026 approved form.
What changed?
I don't know what changed. We don't have the full form on here. No, we just discovered this like yesterday. So I'll take a look at it. But make sure you check the date on your forms, because they'll start kicking them back. Yeah.
Question on excluded, and maybe somebody asked this in the post the day before, but what if the seller was to do something on their own? Or like they post it on Facebook or something? Does that fall back on us potentially, or can the seller do that?
That's a good question.
So I think,
I-
technically in that permission to exclude, it states the seller cannot market the property, so when they're initialing
That would make
that.
sense that they couldn't.
Yeah, when they're
Yeah.
initialing that and signing that, they're agreeing not to publicly market it either. So
Okay.
that's a good question of,
Yep.
in the event that they did,
Yeah.
who would be responsible? Could that blow back on us at all?
Right, well,
It's
that's,
just a good reminder to us to make sure we remind them not to do it.
yeah, make sure you're going, if you're using that excluded form, or when you're using that excluded form, make sure you're walking the people through what they're agreeing to with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I suppose if there was a situation where a seller did start advertising it and you had the signed form, you might have a leg to stand on there as far as I told them not to, but it's better to just not have to be in that situation. But now that you know these things, you know, you know that you can put it in the private Facebook page, so you can get the word out that way, and hopefully your seller shouldn't feel the need to be doing that, if that makes sense. I still feel weird about it, I'll be honest. So new delayed form, and I think, and then just the compliance number, once again, you can call it and you can text it. If you call and we don't answer it right away, we love it if you then send a quick text saying what it's about, so we know what we're calling you back about. And I think that's what I had.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right. Gonna play a quick little video for you guys. Let's see. No, it's not wanting to play. There's no volume. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. The volume isn't. No, and it's on full volume.
But it's on.
Yeah. Hold on. No. I'm not muted. We'll have to send this out to you guys. I don't know why it's okay. She'll post it on the Facebook page for you guys because it was playing on the computer earlier and it is not wanting to play now. But some really cool new stuff that came out in the app. So we'll get that out to you guys. All right, so something new that we're going to start doing with buyers' needs and sellers' needs and listings that you guys want to talk about. I mastermind with a couple team leaders at Family Reunion, and if you know the names Mike Forza and James Ward, they're really big in a lot of, we met with James Shaw too, so we're going to keep some data. And what we're going to start tracking over like a 60-day period and sharing it with you in a one-pager is basically where you're getting these deals from. We get a lot of agents that are like, oh, where do they get this? How do they do that? You know, we'd love to know. So from now on, when you say like, hey, I have a new listing coming soon, all we want to know is two things. And Shania's going to fill out the spreadsheet as you guys are speaking. We're not putting names. We're not putting details. It is just like leads.com, or it was a sphere of influence, or it was a referral, or it was a, we're tracking numbers, and then we're going to share the data back with you every 60 days. I have 3 other states of team leaders that are also doing this data. We're going to start calling co-brokes and asking the same way and just saying like, hey, you know, we've pulled 50 agents in the last 30 days and 45% of the deals are coming from leads.com or coming from sphere of influence or open houses so that we can report this back to you. Good? Everybody good with it? All right.